Hey guys, how you going? In this video, I want to talk about Base64 encoding when it comes to JavaScript. So first off, for those of you who don't know, Base64 is basically a way you can encode information. And it's typically used when you want to send binary data over a text-based protocol such as HTTP, or you can also use it to ensure your text or information does not get corrupted during a transfer. For example, you can submit an HTML form using Base64 as the encoding type. In this video, we're going to take a look at an example where we're going to be uploading an image using Base64. Also, it is not a way to conceal information or data, so by no means should you use it as a method of security by itself, because you can easily convert a Base64 string back to its original form in just about any programming language. So, with that being said, let's go inside the text editor right here and begin by looking at how you can actually create a Base64 string within JavaScript. So let's first define a string up here. So we can say const str is equal to something like decode. So right here, this will be our original string. So we're going to do two things here. Firstly, we're going to convert it into Base64 and then convert that Base64 string back to its original form. We're going to be decoding it. So let's create two more constants right here. We can say const Base64 is equal to btoa. We're going to pass in the string right there. So this function right here in JavaScript converts the contents into a Base64 string, or at least encodes it to Base64. We can then say const decoded is equal to atob, atob, pass in here the Base64 string, and that'll decode the Base64 string back into its original form right here. So now I could simply log out these three constants. So I can say console.log. I'll just say original, then I can say plus str, and do the same thing for the Base64. Alright, put that there, and then I can say, of course, decoded down here. So I can save this and refresh the browser. In the console, we get this right here. The original, the Base64 encoded string, and then the decoded version of this right here. So this here is our Base64 string. And that is the basics of encoding and decoding Base64 in JavaScript. So let's see how we can actually use Base64. So we're going to be creating an HTML5 canvas down here, and then uploading the canvas image to the server using Base64. So just real quickly, I've got this PHP script right here called upload.php. We're going to be posting the image to this file right here. This file is going to decode the JSON body that we're going to be sending across, and then it's going to Base64 decode the Base64 string we're going to submit of the image, and then it's going to save it to a directory called png, and then the image name is going to be the current Unix timestamp .png. So basically, after we're done, we should see the uploaded canvas image inside this PNG directory right here. Okay, so let's go back inside the HTML. I can just get rid of all this stuff right here, and then we can create a new canvas element. So I can say canvas right here with an ID of my canvas. Let's give it a width of something like 300 and a height of let's just say 120. Okay, and then I can have a little line break here, and then a button to actually upload. So I can say button class button, and then say upload right here. Also an ID of btn upload to reference it in JavaScript. So now I can save this and refresh, and we have this right here. So now let's do some basic drawing on this canvas to actually get some contents. So let's go back inside here. Inside the JavaScript, let's just first get a reference to both the canvas and the button. So I can say right here, const btn upload is equal to document.getElementById, pass in btn upload right here. We can do the same thing for the canvas, so my canvas and my canvas. We can then get the canvas 2D rendering context, so we can say context is equal to my canvas dot get context, pass in here 2D. So just some of the ways you can draw on the actual canvas, and then down here I can just draw some random things. For example, I can say ctx.fieldstyle. Let's just do a light gray. I'll make, of course, that be the whole background of the canvas. So I can say ctx.rect 0 0 my canvas.width, and then my canvas.height. Then I can say ctx.fill. Okay, so I can save this and refresh the browser, and we have this result right here. So now let's also add some text on the canvas to make it a bit more interesting. So I can just say down here ctx.fieldstyle. Let's make the text blue. We can say ctx.font is equal to 35px serif, and finally we can say ctx.fieldText. Let's fill it with a text for decode Base64, for example, at 30 and 60. So we are now done with the actual canvas. I can save this and refresh, and we have this result right here. So for the actual upload process, we can define a function. So back inside the JavaScript, let's make a function called upload canvas image, and this one right here is going to do all of the Base64 conversion of the canvas, and then it's going to upload it to this file right here. So I can then just say btn upload.add event listener. When the button gets clicked to upload, we're going to run the function of course, upload canvas image. So now inside here, to get the Base64 string of the actual canvas, you can do this by using the toDataURL method on the actual canvas. So I'm going to say right here const Base64 is equal to myCanvas.toDataURL. Okay, so this method right here is going to give us the data URL containing the Base64 representation of the canvas image. So then I can just say down here console.log Base64. So I can now save this and refresh, click on the button right here, and we get this. So this right here is data URL. Of course, right here we can see starting after this comma is the Base64 representation of the canvas. So we have a few more bits of information before the comma, such as the fact that it's Base64 and also the image type. So of course, this right here isn't actually part of the Base64 string. It is only everything after the comma, which means we need to strip out this first half. To do that, we can go back inside the editor and we can say .split. We're going to split on the comma. Then we can say at index 1. So at index 0 would be all of this stuff right here. At index 1 is going to be the comma onwards. So now, if I was to refresh, we now get in the console only the Base64 string right here. And we're going to be sending this over to the server within a JSON object. So we can see how it's quite easy to post an image using Base64. Okay, so back inside the editor, let's go down here now and create a new constant for body. This will be what's going to be sent through as JSON. So we might as well have something like generated at as a bit of extra data, make it a bit more interesting. We can just say new date and then .toISOstring, basically just telling us when the image was generated. And then we can say PNG. This key is going to contain the Base64 string. So I can say Base64 right here. And now, of course, if I was to log this out, save this and refresh, we get this right here. Let's post this to this server. So back inside here, we can simply just say fetch upload.php, make a request to the PHP file just like this, and then we can say the method will be a post request, of course. and the body is going to be json.stringify. We're going to convert this object right here, the body, into a JSON string, and then we can say headers, of course, content type as JSON to actually tell the server, yeah mate, this is going to be some JSON. And we are all done. So now I can get rid of this down here. I can save this and refresh, I believe, one last time. I can press upload and we can see inside the network tab, we have successfully posted across the JSON contents. Sorry, yeah, of course the JSON, but most importantly, we've posted across all of the base64 string right here. And now inside the folder here, we get the image right here as a standard PNG file. And that is Base64 encoding when it comes to JavaScript. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.